Hello guys, welcome to our channel TechoUniverse. Following Russia's attack, many feared that Ukraine's internet access would be cut off, either through cyber attacks or the destruction of the internet infrastructure or both. While there have been some brief outages and attacks on government websites, there has not yet been an internet blackout. Nonetheless, after Ukraine's Vice Prime Minister Mikhailo Fedorov tweeted an appeal to Elon Musk, the billionaire responded with assistance. In Ukraine, a truckload of Starlink satellite dishes, also known as Dishys, arrived. Elon Musk also activated Starlink's space internet service in the country, igniting a flood of positive press about his world-saving generosity. It's unclear when or if Ukraine will require alternative internet service, but having the public support of the world's richest man can't hurt. But some worried that support could bring with it additional risk if Russia was to trace the satellite signals and target whoever was using them, concerns that would be reflected by Musk himself several days later. Musk isn't the only powerful and influential tech magnate that Fedorov, who is Ukraine's Minister of Digital Transformation, has appealed to for help during the invasion. Over the last several days, he's tweeted sometimes emotional pleas to Apple and Tim Cook to block Apple Store access in Russia, to Google and its CEO Sundar Pichai, and YouTube and its CEO Suzanne Wojcicki, to deplatform Russian state media, to Cloudflare and its CEO Matthew Prince to block Russia's access to its services, and to Meta and Mark Zuckerberg to block access to Facebook and Instagram in Russia. Fedorov also tweeted at payment processors and crypto exchanges to cut off Russia and called for cyber specialists to join an IT army. It's part of what appears to be an effective strategy. Russia is well known for using the internet to spread propaganda via coordinated social media campaigns. However, Ukraine has developed its own social media strategy, with its leaders making the case for Ukraine through personal, often heartfelt appeals on various channels. As Fedorov said in a tweet, win the hearts of the world while cutting Russians off from technology that's become essential to many aspects of their daily lives. In 2022, modern technologies are one of the best responses to tanks, rockets, and missiles. I've addressed the biggest tech giants to support the sanctions for Russian Federation. We've asked them to help us stop this outrageous aggression on our people. Fedorov did not receive everything he requested from the other companies, but they did offer some assistance. Apple no longer sells products in Russia, has discontinued Apple Pay in the country, and has removed Russian state-controlled news apps from its app store outside of Russia. In Europe, YouTube is deplatforming Russian state-controlled media, and Google and YouTube have stopped monetizing ads on Russian state-controlled websites and channels. In the European Union, Meta is restricting access to Russian state-controlled media on Facebook and Instagram, and posts with links to Russian state-owned media are being demoted globally. Fedorov, on the other hand, got exactly what he asked for from Musk, a CEO who loves attention and has a habit of leaping into well-publicized problems with his novel, Musk Company-branded technological solutions. Musk has shown a willingness to become involved in the Russia-Ukraine conflict in other ways as well. He tweeted SpaceX's logo at a Russian official who threatened that the International Space Station would fall out of the sky if Russia was cut off from it. As for Starlink in Ukraine, it appears to be operational as Musk promised. A man named Oleg Kutkov, who lives in Kiev, tweeted that his Dishy was working. Kutkov told Recode that he didn't get the dish through Musk's donation. He happened to buy it months ago through eBay. He couldn't connect it to the internet then, nor did he expect to be able to do so. Kutkov is an engineer and said he got the dish to see how it worked, not to make it work. Then Russia invaded his country. I saw Elon's tweet and decided to try to connect my Dishy, he said. With a little help from SpaceX, he was able to transfer to his current location the US-based account to which the Dishy was originally registered. I was glad to test it and share my results, Kutkov said. A lot of people are waiting for this. While Ukraine appears to appreciate Musk's generosity, it may not be necessary. There have been reports of intermittent internet outage in the country, but as The Guardian points out, it's no easy task for an invading army to cut a country off from the internet, which is provided by several companies through several mediums, including fiber optic cables, cellular networks, and other satellite internet services. This is in Tonga, where one vulnerable cable supplies the internet to an entire nation. And it's perhaps even harder to cut the internet off in a country like Ukraine, which for years has faced cyber attacks from Russia. By necessity, it has had to make its internet services as resistant to attacks as possible. Even so, having Starlink appears to be a good thing on the surface, even if it is as overhyped as everything else Musk does. Internet access has been an inextricably linked component of this invasion, as well as a means for Ukrainians to stay connected to one another and the outside world. Ukrainians have been downloading communication and connectivity apps in increased numbers in the last several days, including Signal, Telegram, Zello, and yes, Starlink. And Ukraine's government, as demonstrated by Fedorov's tweets, has used the internet to make its case to the rest of the world and counter pro-Russian disinformation from the country's dishonorable internet propaganda arms. Much of the world supports and sympathizes with Ukraine, while Russia is embroiled in economic sanctions and more companies are withdrawing their services and products from the country daily. We don't know how many dishes Musk sent over, who will receive them, or how they will be used. Neither SpaceX nor Ukraine's Ministry of Digital Transformation responded to requests for a comment, but Fedorov said in a tweet that Starlink keeps our cities connected, adding a photo of what appears to be a Dishy installed on the roof of a building, apparently in Ukraine. He then appealed to several companies for generators to keep Starlink and other services running if the electricity goes out. At Elon Musk, at SpaceX Starlink, many thanks. Starlink keeps our cities connected and emergency services saving lives. With Russian attacks on our infra, we need generators to keep Starlinks and life-saving services online. Ideas? At Honda, at Champion Gen, at Westinghouse, at Duromax Power. Musk responded to the tweet saying that a software update would allow for the Dishys to be powered through a car's cigarette lighter. He added that the Dishys had roaming enabled. Some Dishys only work at the address they've been activated from, allowing them to be transported and used wherever they could get reception. Musk, on the other hand, issued an ominous warning. Starlink signals could be tracked by Russians, so Ukrainians should use them with caution, information that ideally would have been passed on before Ukrainians began their well-publicized use of the service. Important warning: Starlink is the only non-Russian communication system still working in some parts of Ukraine, so the probability of being targeted is high. Please use with caution. Musk's belated concerns were echoed by Losh Lospinoso, the CEO of cybersecurity firm Shift5 and a former officer in the U.S. Army Cyber Command. Russia has specialized planes with very wide collection areas. They own the airspace over Ukraine, Lospinoso said. Even a few moments of use are enough for Russian electronic intelligence systems to triangulate a ground station for an airstrike. Simply put, Ukraine has different needs and risks than, say, Tonga did. It's looking very possible that Musk didn't account for those when he made the quick decision to deploy Dishys to Ukraine. One side note, Musk's gift may have doubled as a way to get rid of old stock. The boxes appear to contain older Dishy models which were used during Starlink's year-long beta test. Several months ago, Starlink redesigned Dishy. It's now smaller, lighter, and rectangular. It's also possible that the older Dishys were all SpaceX had on hand to give out, as the company has struggled to produce Dishys due to the worldwide chip shortage. In any case, if the donated Dishys work, that's all that will matter to the people in Ukraine who might need them. Kutkov said he has had to evacuate to bomb shelters multiple times a day, and rockets have struck within 6 miles of his home. The situation, he says, is dangerous and exhausting, but his internet and cell service have stayed on so far. The situation is changing very quickly. I understand that Kiev's internet connectivity may be disrupted. He said, I will use this Dishys for emergencies. So that's a wrap for today. Thank you for watching. If you would like to receive updates about more tech-related news, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for more updates. What do you think, will Elon Musk be able to help Ukraine? Do share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for staying with us.